what's up? I'm Dr. CI of Inclusology, the CEO, and welcome back to our channel. So today, I'm going to be talking to you about qualitative and quantitative data in the sense of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and data analysis, right? So I always talk about data analysis with the DEI lens. And one thing that I want to point out today is the topic of neutrality. So there's a quote by Dante Alighieri, I think I may have said it wrong, Alighieri, who says the hottest places in hell are reserved for people who practice neutrality. Now, interesting enough, if you are analyzing data, there's a lot that neutrality can tell you about data. So when we think about what it means for a human being to be neutral, there's a number of different things that I look at, that I evaluate. The first is if they answer neutrality in the question, there's a possibility that they may not know, right? They just don't know. I don't know. Another option is that human beings don't feel safe enough to answer a question. So one of the ways that I evaluate data and that I'm building this system to evaluate data is if and when we get a large percentage of neutrality, we go back and look at the trends for the identities of people who are practicing the most neutrality. So for example, let's say I ask a question about whether or not, or what is your sexuality or sexualities in the workplace? And then we always leave an option that says, I prefer not to answer that question. That question within itself is the most unanswered question in the workplace. The reason being is that LGBTQIA plus populations don't feel safe enough in the workplace often to answer that question, which can tell you a lot about a workplace, but you gotta know how to evaluate that data, right? For example, we had a survey once. I was working with a company and we asked, how safe do you feel in the workplace from a 1 to a 10, 5 being neutral? Y'all wanna know what percentage of the workplace answered neutral? 33%. We said a couple of things. Either I don't feel safe or unsafe, or I have no idea how I feel in the workplace. I haven't had to think about it. But the interesting thing about that is when you look deeper into data and you get specific, you can look at identities that will tell you who's answering that question and can cause you to make some informed assumptions about why they're answering that question. So for example, when we looked at that 33%, out of 250 employees, what's 33%, right? It's about 70 some odd plus people. Out of those 70 some odd plus people, 45 were women. And of those 45 women, 42 were women of color. You know what I'm saying? So it says, okay, out of this 75%, when I look at these 70 people, 45%, which is over half of that population, doesn't feel safe in the workplace, and it's Black and indigenous women of color. Do you see how when you get specific around neutrality and you examine it from a lens of identity, it can really show you how people are experiencing the workplace, because neutrality can teach you a lot when you understand how to examine it. So I just thought I'd drop a quick note. If you're one of those people who's creating a survey at work, take the time to analyze data and even I don't knows based on identity trends, and you'll find out a lot more about your workplace. So that's been some quick insight. I'm Dr. CI. Thank y'all for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from y'all. Don't forget to like and share, subscribe to the channel, and drop those comments and turn those notifications on. And we'll see y'all soon.